The Lyceum is a category of educational institution defined within the education system of many countries, mainly in Europe. The definition varies between countries. Usually it is a type of secondary school. History. Lyceum is a Latin rendering of the ancient Greek lambda epsilon kappa epsilon iota omicron nu, the name of a gymnasium in classical Athens dedicated to Apollo Lyceus. This original Lyceum is remembered as the location of the peripatetic school of Aristotle. Some countries derive the name for their modern schools from the Latin but use the Greek name for the ancient school. For example, Dutch has Lyceum and Lyceum, both rendered Lyceum in English. This name, Lycée, was retrieved and utilized by Napoleon in 1802 to name the main secondary education establishments. From France the name spread in many countries influenced by French culture. By country. Asia. India. The Goa Lyceum in Panaji, Goa, established in 1854, following the Portuguese model, was the first public secondary school in the state, then a Portuguese territory. Later, the Goa Lyceum received the official title of Liceu Nacional Afonso de Albuquerque. Philippines. There is a major university and an educational system in the city of Manila named Lyceum. It is also referred to with the acronym LPU. Its branches also bear the name of Lyceum. There are other schools that are not affiliated with LPU but have the word Lyceum in their names. However, LPU is the original and first bearer of the name and is more closely associated with it. LPU is one of the most stable university in the Philippines with branch campuses in Makati, Batangas, Laguna, and Cavite. Lyceum of Alabang, though not affiliated with the said university, has been one of the best schools in the southern part of Manila. Sri Lanka. Lyceum International School is a private international school providing education for primary and secondary school children in Sri Lanka. It was founded by Managing Director Mr. Mohan Lal Guerrero on 7 September 1989 and teaching commenced on 14 June 1993 at the current parent school in New Jagoda. The academically oriented school has expanded and now has 7 branches across the island, its most recent being in Underbank, Anuradhapura, Turkey. The Turkish word for the latest part of pre-university education is lise, which is derived from the French word lycée, and corresponds to high school in English. It lasts 4 to 5 years with respect to the type of the high school. At the end of their lise education, students take the YGS list test, i.e., university entrance examination, to get the right to enroll in a university. Uzbekistan and Tajikistan lyceums also emerged in the former Soviet Union countries after they became independent. One typical example is Uzbekistan, where all high schools were replaced with lyceums, offering 3-year educational program with a certain major in certain direction. Unlike Turkey, Uzbek lyceums do not hold university entrance examination, which gives students the right to enter a university. But they hold a kind of mock examination, which is designed to test their eligibility for a certain university. Europe. Albania. The Albanian National Lyceum was a high school in the city of Kos, Albania, that emphasized the French culture and the European values. The school fully functioned with a French cultural emphasis from 1917 to 1939. The school was continued post-World War II as the Rakiki Ringsa High School. Belarus. The Belarusian Humanities Lyceum is a private secondary school founded shortly after Belarus' independence from the USSR by intellectuals such as Vinkuk Vyakorka and Vladimir Koles, with the stated aims of preserving and promoting native Belarusian culture, and raising a new Belarusian elite. It was shut down in 2003 by the Ministry of Education of Belarus allegedly for promoting enmity within Belarusian society, and using the classroom as a political soapbox, indoctrinating students with biased views on history, ideology, politics, morality and values. The Lyceum eventually switched to homeschooling with a limited number of underground homeschoolers. Cyprus Secondary General Education, ages 16 to 18. Lyceum, Czech Republic. The term Lyceum refers to the type of secondary education consisting of anywhere from 4 years ended by graduation. It is a type between grammar school and a technical high school. Finland. The concept and name Lyceum entered Finland through Sweden. Traditionally, lycea were schools to prepare students to enter universities, as opposed to the typical, more general education. Some old schools continue to use the name Lyceum, though their operations today vary. For example, Helsinki Normal Lyceum educates students in grades 7 to 12, while Oulu Lyceum enrolls students only in grades 10 to 12. The more commonly used term for upper secondary school in Finland is lukio in Finnish, gymnasium in Swedish. France. The French word for an upper secondary school, lycée, derives from lyceum. Germany. The lyceum in Germany was known as an old term for gymnasium for girls. In Bavaria, it was also a Hochschule to study theology and philosophy. Greece. Secondary education, ages 16 to 18. Gamma epsilon nu iota kappa omicron lambda epsilon kappa epsilon iota omicron, Gynaecolykio, General Lyceum, epsilon nu iota alpha iota omicron lambda epsilon kappa epsilon iota omicron. Io Lykio, Unified Lyceum, comparable to the last 2 or 3 years of American high school classes in Greece. The institution of epsilon sigma pi epsilon rho iota nu omicron lambda epsilon kappa epsilon iota omicron. Esprit no Lykio, Evening Lyceum, was introduced in 1974 to accommodate the secondary education needs of working and adult students. Hungary. Before World War I, secondary education institutes with a primary goal of preparing for higher studies were often referred to by the word Lyceum. In contemporary Hungarian, the most ubiquitous word for these institutions is gymnasium, but Lyceum lives on as an archaizing word referring to schools of high prestige and revered traditions, most notably Calvinist boarding schools. Italy. In Italy, the term licea refers to a number of upper secondary school, which last 5 years and are specialized in teaching basic subjects, as preparation for university. Lithuania. Some gymnasiums are called lyceus. Vilnius Lyceum. Malta. Junior lyceums refer to secondary education state-owned schools. Netherlands. In the Netherlands, a lyceum is a selective secondary school for children aged 12 to 18, where voorbereid and wetenschappelijke onderwijs and hoger algemeen voortgezet onderwijs education choices are possible. Successful completion allows the candidate admission to either university or, on the case of HAVA students, hogeschool, comparable to vocational university. The term lyceum is also sometimes used for other vocational schools such as the Graphisch Lyceum, or Music Lyceum Amsterdam, which grew into the Conservatorium van Amsterdam. Poland. The Lyceum is the Polish secondary education school. Polish lyceums are attended by children aged 16 to 19 to 21. Before graduating, pupils are subject to a final examination, the matura. Polish lyceums are of several types: General Lyceum, Specialized Lyceum, Complementary Lyceum. Portugal. From 1836 until 1978, in the Portuguese educational system, the Lyceum, or National Lyceum, was a high school that prepared students to enter universities or more general education. On the other hand, the technical school was a technical-oriented school. After several education reforms, all these schools merged into a single system of third-cycle basic and secondary schools, offering grades 7 to 12. Romania. The Romanian word for lyceum is lyceu. It represents a post-secondary form of education. In order for a student to graduate the lyceum and obtain a baccalaureate diploma, they must pass the BAC. The lyceum consists of 4 school years, Although the Lyceum is a pre-university educational institution, it can be enough for the graduates to find a job, mainly as office work. Russia. In Imperial Russia, a lyceum was one of the following higher educational facilities: Demidov Lyceum of Law in Yaroslavl, Alexander Lyceum in Tsarskoye Selo, Richelieu Lyceum in Odessa, and Imperial Katkov Lyceum in Moscow. The Tsarskoye Selo Lyceum was opened on October 19, 1811 in the neoclassical building designed by Vasily Stasov and situated next to the Catherine Palace. The first graduates were all brilliant and included Alexander Pushkin and Alexander Gorchakov. The opening date was celebrated each year with carousals and revels, and Pushkin composed new verses for each of those occasions. In January 1844 the Lyceum was moved to St. Petersburg. During 33 years of the Tsarskoye Selo Lyceum's existence, there were 286 graduates. The most famous of these were Anton Delvig, Wilhelm Kuchelbicher, Nicholas de Geers, Dmitry Tolstoy, Yakov Karlovich Grot, Nikolai Yakovlevich Danilevsky, Alexei Lobanov Rostovsky and Mikhail Saltykov-Shredrin. Serbia. The Lyceum of the Principality of Serbia was the first higher education school in Serbia in which education was taught in Serbian. It was founded in 1838 on the initiative of Prince Miloš Obrenović II in 1838 in Kragujevac. When Belgrade became the Serbian capital city in 1841, the Serbian Lyceum was moved to it. In 1863 it was transformed into the higher school. America's United States. See Lyceum movement.